before going to start the day 5 session, let me have a quick recall on what are all the things we have discussed on the day 4 session. Okay, the very first thing we have discussed about on the day 4 is HTML tables, right? So how to define or how to declare a table in my website. Then the second one is how to give a list of elements, which means ordered and unordered list. Then the third part is about we have discussed CSS, cascading style sheets. Okay, these are all the major thing we have learned about in the last day session. So the very first thing is HTML table, how to declare a table. Then the second one is how to mention the list in my site. The third one is about style sheet, CSS. So far we are discussed about three different types of CSS. So what are all those? The first one is internal CSS, then the second one is external CSS, then the third one is inline CSS. All those threes are nothing but it is a three different way of defining a style sheet or three different way of mentioning the styling properties in our website. Okay, these are all about style sheets. In that, we have learned one step in the day 4 itself, which is nothing but internal CSS. Okay, today we are going to discuss about external CSS and inline CSS. Okay, those two things are we are going to discuss about today. Let me share my screen. Okay, as I said, today we are going to discuss about external CSS, which is nothing but a type of CSS. So for that, just I am creating a file saying day5.html. Okay. So what is internal CSS? In the day 4 itself, I mentioned you about internal CSS. Internal CSS is nothing but we are defining the style in the header part with using style tag. See the style tag I have used here, and the style tag is presented or mentioned in the header part. So this is called internal CSS specification, or this is the way to declare the internal CSS. Okay, what it shows actually in this page, wherever you use the paragraph tag or heading tags or the body tag. So this styles will be replicated in that particular page only. Okay. Similarly, I have used three different headings here. Similarly, you can add what are the headings we are so far having. Okay, we are having six different heading tags. One is from H1 to H6. By giving comma separated, you can give all the heading tags like this with commas. So if you are using all the heading tags from H1 to H6, you can use like this. Okay, this is all about internal CSS. Today we are going to see about external CSS. Okay, today we are going to see about external CSS. What is this external CSS is about? Let me create the HTML. So my title is day 5. Okay, so before going to external CSS, if you guys remember, I said a statement in the day 4. In the three type of CSS, you guys learned already a specific type of CSS, isn't it? So let me clarify you where you guys learned about that particular type. See, in the day 2 itself, okay, I showed you this styling properties, styling attributes, right? We have seen about how to color my text, how to give the background color, how to give font family and font size. So this is nothing but a type of CSS which is known as inline CSS. This is all about inline CSS. What it does actually, if you are mentioning the styling attribute or a property inside the tag, Okay, hope you guys understood. Listen carefully what I am saying. If you are mentioning the style attribute inside the tag, okay, see what is the tag here. This is my paragraph tag. P is my paragraph tag. Inside the opening tag, what I have done, I have given a style property. Style equal to color, style equal to background color, style equal to font family. Okay, this is all about inline CSS. This is the way to specify inline CSS. What this actually does, this only gives that particular styles to that particular tag only, right? See, if this is the paragraph tag, in this paragraph, what is I have given, this is for changing the font color, right? For the font color only, this particular paragraph tag only, the color will be in red, right? For the next paragraph, what I have given, the style is background color is about some color I have given here. What it's do actually, only for this paragraph, it will gives the background color like this, right? Like similarly, like third and fourth paragraph also. This is called inline CSS. In a tag, in a HTML tag, if I am using a style property, then it is called inline CSS. This is what you guys learned in the day 2 itself. That's what I have also mentioned in the day 4. You guys are learned already a type of CSS already. Okay, hope you guys understood what is this inline CSS. So inline CSS is nothing but it is about mentioning the styling property inside a tag. Okay, this is all about inline CSS. Then the second type is about internal CSS. What is internal CSS? Internal CSS is nothing but if you are defining the style properties in the header part. Okay, inside the header part, then it is called internal CSS. What it does actually in the inline CSS, what it does, it gives the style only for the specified tag. Okay, only the style property will allow us to change the stylings only in the specified tag. Whereas in the internal CSS, what it do actually, wherever you give the paragraph tag, it will take the font family and the size into 50 pixels, what we have mentioned in the header part. Okay, this is all about internal CSS. Okay, hope you guys understood what is the difference between the internal and inline CSS. If you are using only in the particular tag, this is inline CSS. Okay, internal CSS is nothing but the style will applicable to entire web page. Okay, in your web page, you are using all the 6 headings. All the 6 headings should be in the center alignments. You can mention a tag saying style in the header part, and you can mention the headings for which headings or which type of headings, H1 or H2, H3, H4, whatever you have mentioned the property, that will applicable to the entire page itself. Okay, to the entire page itself. This is all about internal CSS. Today we are going to discuss about the last type of CSS is external CSS. What this external CSS actually does. Okay, this external CSS is nothing but it will create and separate file. Okay, what this does, it will create a separate CSS file, and we are going to link that CSS file into this particular HTML. Got it? Inline is we are specifying the style inside the tag. Okay, internal is we are specifying the tags in the header part, and wherever we use that particular selectors like H1, H2, paragraph, body, that will replicate it in the entire page itself. Whereas this external file, external CSS, what it does, it will create a separate CSS file. Okay, separate CSS file, and we are going to link that CSS file into this HTML. Okay, what is the use of this external CSS? Why I want to create a separate file? What is the need of that? Okay, that will be we are discussing about furtherly. Okay, first thing I said we have to create a separate CSS file. Okay, for that I have created a HTML folder, right? Inside the HTML folder itself, I'm going to create a separate file. So I am naming my HTML file into styles dot, will be the format? Hope you guys understood, right? For HTML file, we are created file name dot HTML. Similarly, for creating a CSS file, we have to mention the file name with the extension of CSS, with the extension of CSS. Okay. So what it happens now, I have created a CSS file. Okay, this is the type of specifying an external CSS. Okay, I have created a CSS file here. What next? I want to link this CSS to my wherever I want to use this properties. Okay, wherever I want to use the styling properties, I want to link this CSS, right? I want to link this. For this, what I am doing, in the header part, after this title, just I am giving link, how to link that particular CSS file into the working HTML file. Okay, so for this I'm just giving a tag saying link. Okay, link. Then the second term is REL. Okay, REL. What is this REL means? It is a relationship. What is the relationship you are going to add with this HTML file? Okay, what is the relationship? You guys know. What is that? Style sheet. What we are going to relate this with this HTML? We are going to give a relationship between the HTML, the current HTML document, and the CSS file. Okay, for that I have given a relationship saying style sheet. What next? Okay, I want to give the reference. You guys know very well about this href, right? What is the reference here? Which file you are going to access with this HTML. Okay, we have to give the file name here. Inside the href, what we are going to do, we are going to give the file name. What is my CSS file name? It's nothing but styles.css. Okay, so this is all about external CSS specification. First thing what we have done, we have created a separate CSS file where we are accessing the folder. Where we are accessing, I have created a folder in the day2 itself. HTML is my folder. Inside that folder, I have created a separate CSS file. My CSS file is named as styles. What is the extension of my CSS? It is nothing but CSS. I have created styles.css. Okay. Then second thing, what is second thing? I want to relate the CSS file to my working HTML document. For that, what we have done, we have created a link. Okay, let me explain you again. Okay, for that, first what we are going to do, we are going to give a link. Okay, link. What is the link relationship here? I am going to relate a style sheet here. Style sheet. Okay, I'm going to relate a style sheet. What is next? Where it is getting the reference. What is the file name? Okay, what is the file name here? Styles.css. Okay, you guys will have a query. Where is the closing tag? So as I said, HTML is defined into two different tags. One is paired tag, another one is unpaired tag. This is the unpaired tag specification. This is need not any closing tag. This is the second unpaired tag we are saying. First, what is the first unpaired tag we have seen in the day 3? Break, BR. Okay, we have specified BR, right? For that, it is need not any closing tag. BR is enough to give a break in between two lines. Okay, this is the second tag, link. Okay, this is also need not a closing tag. Okay, hope you guys understood what is the external CSS and how to declare a CSS file, or how to create a CSS file, and how to link the CSS file. Okay, what next? Okay, I'm coming to inside this body tag. Just I am creating a paragraph here. Okay, just I am creating a paragraph. Just I am giving a content lorem Okay, let's see what happens. Just I am running my current. So what is happening? Nothing is happened, right? Nothing is happened. Why it is nothing happened? Just whatever the paragraph you have given, that is alone displaying here. But I have created a CSS file and I have linked it to my HTML file, right? Why it is not going giving nothing here? I mean, what nothing means no styling properties are mentioned. Okay, whatever the paragraph you have given, just blindly displaying here. Okay, what the thing left we are. See, inside this styles.css, we are not specified anything, isn't it? We have not specified any styling attributes, any selectors, or a property or a value, right? So this is what we are going to do now. Okay, for that, as we have mentioned in the day 4, okay, what I have mentioned here, styling. Okay, internal CSS needs a style tag, whereas this external CSS need not any styling tags, because it will get all the styling tags but the file extension. Okay, you need not to specify any styling tags. Directly you can give the paragraph tag. Like, what is the paragraph tag? P. Okay, P open close flower bracket. What you have mentioned in the, how we have mentioned in the day 4. Okay, see, just I am copying this and I am putting inside my paragraph. Okay, this is font size is 50 pixels. Let's see what happens. See, superb, right? It is displaying in the 50 pixels. Okay, whatever the font we have mentioned in the styles. Okay, so this is all about external CSS. Okay, it is accessing from a separate file. Okay, if you are not linking, see, just I am removing this. If you are not linked, okay, you have created the styles.css. If you are not linked with the HTML, means it will, nothing will display here. For that, the linking is very important here. Okay, the linking is very important here. What is the linking tag? Link, the relationship between the HTML file is style sheet. What is the file name? Okay, for the paragraph tag I have used here, the font size of my paragraph will be displayed in the 50 pixels. Okay, what is the use of this creating separate files here? What it means, you guys will got the idea. Okay, if you want to specify any styling in the paragraph, okay, if you want to specify any style property regarding this paragraph, you can simply add in this file. Okay, you can simply add here. Okay, for my paragraph I am using font family. Okay, font family I'm just giving Times New, so some other font family, font size here. Okay, sorry, font style here. So it will give no need of change in the HTML tag. Okay, I'm doing in this HTML, just I am giving the style attributes inside my paragraph. Okay, you can add color also here. Okay, just I am giving violet. Okay, it will display in you in the violet color. Okay, next, let's, I am now creating another paragraph here. Okay, okay, I have given 3 different paragraph tags here. What it does actually, for the all 3 paragraph, it will take the same properties. Okay, same styling properties, isn't it? Let's see. See, all the 3 paragraphs is displaying in the whatever the styles you have given in the styles.css, right? So how to do this? like your query is about, see, sir, I am having 3 different paragraphs here. Okay, I need 3 different paragraphs with 3 different stylings. Okay, 3 different stylings. What to do, sir? Okay, I will explain you. Okay, you are having 3 different paragraphs. Each paragraph will represent with a different style. What to do with that? Okay, for this, okay, the next line, I'm going to create a class here. Okay, I'm going to give a class here. Okay, what is class? Okay, I will explain you furtherly. First, I am giving a dot here. Okay, dot. I'm just giving whatever the name you want. Okay, just I am giving a paragraph. Okay, paragraph 1. Okay, I'm just giving paragraph 1. Okay, see, just I am giving all the 3 stylings inside this. Okay, all the 3 properties, whatever I have mentioned in the p tag. Okay, just I am changing the color here, red. Okay, I have given the color red. Okay, let's see what it is happening. Nothing has happened. Why? Since we have defined only for what? Paragraph tag. Okay, how to use this paragraph 1? Okay, how to use this paragraph 1? Okay, go to your HTML file. Okay, for paragraph 1, you want this particular style, means what you have to do means you have to add a very small piece of code in your HTML. How? After this paragraph, okay, give a space, give a class. Okay, class. What is my class here? Paragraph 1 is my class, isn't it? Okay, just give the paragraph 1. Okay, just give paragraph 1. What it does actually, see here. See, your paragraph 1 is in the red color, what you have mentioned in the styles. Okay, the remaining 2 paragraph having the paragraph tag, so it is displaying in the rest of the formats. Okay, for this we are using the class name. Whatever the properties you are displaying here, you have to display with dot and whatever the name you have. So how to access this particular dot elements? You have to mention a class name here, and you have to give whatever the name you have given there. Okay, you can use the class name to all the paragraph, all the 3 paragraphs also. Okay, all will display in the red color. Okay, this is all about defining a class in HTML and declaring the class in the CSS. Okay, so just I am removing this paragraph. Okay, let us discuss further. Okay, okay, I'm just giving different class names. Okay, just I am giving my color in aqua. Okay, just I am giving in violet. Okay, in my HTML document I am having 3 paragraphs. If you want all the 3 paragraph in the specific style, color, font family, font size, means you can use that paragraph tag, and all the paragraph tag will be displayed whatever you have mentioned the style properties. Okay, alternatively, if you are using 3 different paragraphs, all the 3 different paragraphs should be in different font size, font family, color, means then the class name will comes into. Okay, so for my paragraph 1, I have given the color into red. For my paragraph 2, I have given my color into aqua. For my paragraph 3, I have given violet. Now, what is the next one? For my paragraph 1, I am using this paragraph 1 styles. for my paragraph 2, I'm just giving the paragraph 2 here. Okay, for my paragraph 3, I'm using paragraph 3 class. Let's see what happens. See, all your paragraphs are differentiated with the class names, whatever the class names you have given. Okay, hope you guys understood what is the external CSS and how to create a file, how to link, and how to differentiate your different paragraphs. Okay, this is all about it. This is all about how to create an external CSS file and how to link your CSS file into your HTML and how to access. Okay, let's see some other styling attributes today. Okay, now I'm going to explain you about how to give the command. Okay, command is nothing but, see, here the color is red. Okay, what the functionality for this? If you want to specify what it does actually, okay, if you want to specify what it does actually, you can represent in a command. Okay, for that, after the semicolon, just give the slash double star slash. Okay, just you are giving an explanation about the property. Okay, if you want to give explanation about a particular property and that value, you can mention like this. What this color red will give, inside the paragraph 1, your text will be in the red color. Okay, just I'm mentioning here how this will give you the text color in red. Okay, what it does, this will give you the text color in red. Okay, don't worry about it, it will not replicate in your screen. Okay, see, that line will not comes in your HTML page. It's just giving a command what that style is doing. Okay, similarly you can add wherever you want. Okay, inside the double star, what this actually does, it will gives you the font size into 50 pixels. Okay, just I'm mentioning this is about increasing the existing font size. Okay, this is all about it. This is all about adding a command. Okay, if you forget, if you guys are forgetting what is this means, you can simply specify the command line here. Okay, as I said, this will not replicate in your web pages. Okay, so this is all about the command, adding the command in your CSS. Okay, let me explain you some other styling properties today. Okay, some other styling properties today. Okay, I have given a paragraph here. Okay, if you want a border, okay, if you want a border in your paragraph means how to do that. Okay, see, the scenario is for my first paragraph I need a border. Okay, I need a border. How to give that? Okay, so after this color, I'm just adding a border property. Okay, border hyphen style. Okay, see, my scenario is I want a border. I want a border in my paragraph. How to do that with CSS styles? Okay, for this, the property is border hyphen style. Okay, just I'm giving solid. Okay, my border style is solid. I'm just mentioning solid. Let me explain what is this solid after seeing the page. Okay, it gives you a border. Solid means nothing but it is all about a line. Okay, it is all about a line. Solid is nothing but it just gives you the style. Okay, border, this is all about adding a border in your paragraph. Okay, this will replicate only in your paragraph 1 only. Okay, because for paragraph 1 we are accessing the class. Okay, the border we have added only for paragraph 1. Okay, similarly, sir, I don't want this solid. Okay, I don't want this solid. Instead of that, I want a dotted. Okay, you want a dotted border. Okay, simply you can give it as dotted. Okay, let's see. Super bright. It gives you a dotted border for your first paragraph. Okay, similarly, you can add for the next paragraph also. Okay, border hyphen style. Okay, what the first we have seen about solid, right? I'm giving solid for the paragraph 2. See, for my paragraph 2 I got my solid border. Okay, let's see third paragraph. Again I'm giving a style, sorry, border style. Okay, double. Okay, double is nothing but it will gives you the double line borders. Okay, simply it gives you the double line borders. Okay, see, for your third paragraph it gives you the double line borders. Okay, what is the first paragraph border is about? Dotted. Border style is dotted. The second paragraph border style is what? Solid. Then the third one is double line border. Okay, similarly you have some other border styles also. Okay, like dashed. What is this dashed will do means it will give you like hyphens. Okay, it will gives you like hyphens. See, like small hyphens. This is all about dashed. Okay, these are all the styling properties for the border. Okay, this is all about the border styling. We have seen about 4 different border styles. One is solid, then the second one is dotted, third one is dashed, and the final one is double. Okay, this is all about the border style. Okay, sir, I have added the border styles. Okay, I want this border color in separate color. Okay, actually what it's displaying, whatever the text color is red, so the border is also displaying in the red color. Now I don't want this border color in red. I want to change the border color into as I wish. Okay, to some other colors. Okay, that is also possible. How? For specifying the style of your border, we have used border style property. Okay, for that we have seen different values: dotted, dash, double, solid. Okay, you want to change the style of, you want to change the color of your border style. For that it is very simple, similar to the border style, just you have to give borders hyphen color. Okay, border color colon, just I'm giving yellow. Okay, what I have done very first, I have given a border to my paragraph. Okay, with 4 different specification or 4 different values. Okay, now I want to change the border color. Okay, for that what I have done, let me do that again. For that what I have done, after this just give border hyphen color. Okay, for that I'm just using yellow. Okay, what it does, whatever in this paragraph what I have given border style is dotted, right? This dotted line will replicate in the yellow color. Okay, what is the functionality of this border color? Whatever the border you have used, that border color will be in yellow, isn't it? Let's see. See, my border color alone changed into yellow, right? Similarly, you can use this for other paragraph also. For this border, I'm just using different color, not violet. Let me use red. Okay, what is the border style here? Solid, right? Now the border color will change it into red. Let's see, it has happened. See, super bright. It has changed my border color into some other color. Similarly, we can use here also. Just I am giving some other color here. Okay, golden rod. Okay, let's see. See, it gives the different border colors. Okay, this is all about adding the borders to my paragraphs and coloring my borders. Okay, this is all about adding the borders and coloring the borders. Okay, if you want a specific border, if you want a specific color, means you can use. For your understanding purpose, I am differentiating with the some other colors of the borders and some other styles of the border in the paragraph. Okay, so in this border, it gives the entire block in a border. Okay, it gives the entire block into border. Okay, sir, now I want in a specific side. Okay, what is the specific border? If I want border only in the bottom, okay, for my paragraph, I have explained you how to give a border. Okay, what is next? Sir, for my paragraph, I want a border only in the top portion. Okay, only in the bottom of the portion, only in the left side or only in the right side. How to do that with this CSS? Okay, this will be our next scenario. Okay, what is the scenario? I'm just going to add the border in a specific position or in a specific area, whether in the top or a bottom, whether in the left or in the right. Okay, how to do that? Okay, for that, I'm just removing this. Okay, just see the scenario is you want a border in a specific location. Okay, for that, just I'm using border hyphen top. I need only in the top of my paragraph. I need my border in only the top of the paragraph. Okay, colon. What type of border you want? For this, I'm just giving dotted. Okay, what this actually does is it will gives you the border only in the top portion of your paragraph with dotted. Okay, let's see. See, only it gives the border, dotted line border only in the top of your paragraph 1. Okay, this is all about the top portion. If you want in the bottom, okay, if you want in the bottom, just remove this top, add top instead of bottom, add bottom instead of top. Okay, what it does actually, it will give you the dotted border in the bottom of your paragraph 1. See, it gives you the dotted border in your bottom of your paragraph 1. Okay, if you want in the left side, okay, just mention it as border hyphen left. It will shows you in the left side. Okay, similarly you can give it on the right side. it will show you the borders in the right side. Okay. This is all about adding a border in a specified location. Location is nothing but whether in your top or bottom, left or right. This is all about adding the border in a specific space. So in the top, left, right or bottom. Okay, this is all about adding in a specific position. Okay, to differentiate this, I'm just adding this into some other paragraph. What I'm doing, just I'm giving border left. Violet. Okay, for this I'm just displaying in the bottom. Okay, for my first paragraph I have mentioned my border in the right side. For the second paragraph I have mentioned my border in the left side. The third one is about mentioning the border in the only in the bottom. Okay, let's see. See, for my first paragraph the dotted line borders are displaying in the right side. Okay, for my second paragraph the border left is displaying in the violet color. Okay, sorry, I have not mentioned here border left is just I am giving double. Instead of specifying the style, what I have given the color there. See, a double line is displaying in the left side. Okay, the border bottom position, what style of border we want here, just I am giving dashed. See, in the bottom of the third paragraph it's displaying the dashed format of border in the bottom. This is all about adding the borders in the specific area. Okay, so far we have discussed how to add a border, how to give a color for my borders, and how to give a border in the specific area like bottom, top, left, right. Okay, so we are moving to the next part of the style. Okay, next part of the style. Okay, if I want, okay, if I want underline, okay, if I want to underline in my headings, okay, for this I'm just adding heading like H2 for my first paragraph. What is my heading? Just simply I'm mentioning as paragraph 1. Okay, I've given paragraph 1. Okay, I need this paragraph 1 should be underlined. Okay, I need this paragraph heading 1 in underline format. How to do that? Let's see. Okay, what is the element I have given there? H2. Okay, H2. Okay, my ultimate goal is I want to display my heading with underlined. Okay, for that we have an property says text hyphen decoration. Text hyphen decoration. What is our goal? I need a underline for my heading, right? Simply you can type that underline. Okay, H2 underline. What is means? For my H2 tag, my text will be underlined. Let's see, it is underlined. Yes, it got underlined. Okay, this is what about adding underline. This you can give wherever. If you want underline in any specific paragraph or a heading, you can give this. For example, I have given in the heading. If you want this first paragraph fully in the underline means, you can just copy this decoration underline and put it in your paragraph 1. Okay. What it displays, all your paragraph 1 will be displayed in the underlined. See, this is all about text decoration, how to underline my paragraph heading or my entire paragraph. Okay, for this I'm just having added in my heading only. Okay, so similarly I'm just adding in paragraph 2 also. Okay, similarly I'm adding the heading to my paragraph 3 also. Paragraph 3. Okay, let's see what it does. See, it is replicated with underline. Why? I have used H2 heading for all my 3 paragraphs. For the H2 tag, I have given a text decoration underline. Okay. If you are using H2, H1, H2, H3, all you can give by comma. Okay. You can change accordingly. That will replicate accordingly. For that, what you have to do, what the styles I have mentioned, H2, H3, H1. You can add changes. For paragraph 2, I am using H1. For paragraph 3, I am using H3. Okay, that will be replicated here as how we mentioned here. Okay, this is all about underlining text. What is the property of underlining your text? It is about text hyphen decoration. Okay, what is next? So the next scenario is about, see, my first paragraph is it. This is my first paragraph. I want this first paragraph in uppercase. Okay, whatever the paragraph I have given here, I want this paragraph in uppercase. Okay, how to do? As I said, my paragraph 1 I need in a uppercase format. How to do that? For that, what is the styling property is text hyphen transform. Okay, what is this? Text hyphen transform. Okay, this is the property. What is the value? I'm just giving, I want to display in uppercase. Just simply type it as uppercase. Okay, what it actually does? Whatever the text you have given inside the paragraph, it will transform into uppercase. Okay, this is the explanation about this text hyphen transform. What it does? Whatever the text you have given in the paragraph, that will replicate it in the uppercase format. Okay, let's see. See, superb, right? For my paragraph 1, I have given my text to transform into uppercase. It is replicated in the uppercase format. Okay, similarly, we have 2 transformation. Okay, for my paragraph, I'm giving text hyphen transform into lowercase. Lowercase. What it actually does, whatever the text you have given inside this paragraph 2, that will be transformed into lowercase. This is the ultimate goal. Let's see. So all the letters, see, all the letters you have given, that will replicated in the smaller case or lower case. What is the third transformation? Okay, third transformation is, okay, capitalize. Okay, this is the three different transformation of text in CSS. What is this capitalize do means? Each word, okay, we have each word, right? The first letter of each word will be displayed in the capital one or in the uppercase. Okay, what is the goal of this text hyphen transform capitalize? Each word in your paragraph will be replicated in the capitalize. Let's see what it is displaying. Each word of your paragraph is displaying in a uppercase. See, in the lorem L is capital, ipsum in I is capital, dollar D is capital, sit. Okay, this is the three different text transformation. What this first paragraph ensures in the uppercase. What is the property for this? Text hyphen transform colon uppercase. What is the paragraph 2 means? It is about lowercase. What is the paragraph 3? It is about capitalize. All the each and every words first letter is displaying in the capital format. Okay, this is all about the text transformation. Okay, so hope you guys understood and follow me what all the things we have discussed. Okay, now the third thing is about we are going to display a table. Okay, how to display the table is already we have discussed in the last session. How to give some styling properties in my HTML table. Okay, what is the next scenario? We are going to style the HTML table. Okay, for that just I am copying the table content whatever we have used in day 4. Okay, just I have used my day 4th table. Okay, I got my table here. Okay, how to give the style for this table, how to give the font size, color, and whatever we have, whatever we need to style our table. Okay, the first thing I'm going to explain you about how to change the row and header text align. As I said, what this header will, by default the header will be in the center. Okay, by default this headers will be in the center part of your table. Okay, we can change that. Okay, we can change that. For that, what I am doing, just I am giving table header th. Okay, what is this? Table header is displaying in the center part of my table. Okay, you can change that into text align. This property is you guys know very well. Just I am giving left. Okay, see, it is aligned in the left. If you want in the center, you can give center also. By default, it will be in the center part. Sorry, I should not give here text align. The value is center. Okay, it is displayed in the center. Right? So if you want in the right side, the header part in the right side means this will give you on the right side. Okay, now I am giving as left. Okay, similarly you want this data. Okay, similarly you want this data, see where the data is starting in from the left side, right? You can also change the position of that also. Okay, for that what you have to do, for the header portion I am given text align center. For my data portion also I want that into center, means simply give a comma here and add tr. For my tr also I want my text in the middle portion. Okay, see, whatever the three datas you have displayed here, that is displaying in the left side, sorry, center side, isn't it? For this, what I have did, I have given th tr, my header, table header, and my table row will be aligned in the center part. Okay, if you are using multiple table means, as I said in the above, give a dot and give a name for that, use here and replicate in your HTML. Okay, right now I have used only one table, so I am giving thtr, that will be replicated in the center part of my table. Okay, so here also we can change this border color also. Here also we can change the border color also. How to change the border color? Just I am giving table thtd. Okay, I'm just changing the border color. What is the border? As you all know, just I am giving border. Okay, border some color. Let's see what happens. Nothing is happened. It removed the border itself. Okay, what we have to specify here means what type of border you want. I need dotted. Color you can give in the next line. Okay, let's see. Super bright. It gives you a dotted border for your table. If you want, you can give double. Okay, it will give you the double lines. What else we learned? Dashed. We learned about dashed. Let's see. See, it is replicated. Similarly, you can change the border color also. Similarly, you can give the border color also. For this, after this, you can give the color whatever you want. I'm just giving aqua. See, it gives you the aqua dashed border. Okay. For a paragraph, what we have given, if you want just a border, you can give border colon dotted. The same we are using here. Okay, for my header and row, I have aligned my text into the center. For my table, header, TD, I have given the border into aqua. Okay, if you want only the outer table, if you want only the table will be in the border means you can give only the table. See, outside the table is got in the dashed aqua. Okay, similarly you want to a header and data means you can give some comma separated and comma separated like thtd. For that the border will be dashed and the color will be whatever the mentioned color here. Okay, this is all about aligning your header and the table header, table row data and giving the border to your table. Okay, giving the border to your table and the table header and table data. What next? If you want, okay, if you want this table header background in the different color, if you want this table header in the different color means you can simply give it as, just I'm removing this, table header background color. I'm just giving brown. What it does, your table header part of your table header will be replicated in brown color. See, this is how about adding a color to your table header. Similarly, whatever the color you want, you can give it here. See, this is all about adding the color to your header portion. Okay. See, we have three datas here, right? We have three datas here. See, I want when I hover a data, it should be highlight. Okay, the next scenario is if I want to highlight my datas in my table, how to do that? Okay, how to do that? For that, tr table row. This is my table row, right? This is my table row. When I hover, when I give my mouse pointer to that particular row means it should highlight. Okay, for that we have to give tr colon hover. Okay, tr colon hover. What is do's means when I hover this tr, it will give me some highlighted color. Okay, it will change the background color. How? Similarly, background color. Okay, just I am giving yellow green. Okay, what is the ultimate goal of here? tr. What is tr? Table row. Whenever I give my mouse pointer to my table row, when okay on hovering, that table row will replicated in the yellow green color. Okay, how this is possible? Okay, let's see how to do this. See, when you hover, okay, when you hover, this table row is replicated, right? This table row is replicated in yellow green, whatever the color I have given. For this, what is the tag? The tag is about tr colon hover, background color yellow green. Similarly, whatever the color you want, you can give. Just give the red. What happens? It will replicated in the red color. Okay. So this is all about giving the color when we are hovering the table row. Okay, this is all about giving the color when we are hovering. Okay, so up to this will end my session. So before ending the session, let me give the summary what are the things we have learned today and we have discussed today. So we have discussed about external CSS today. What is external CSS? The external CSS is nothing but we are creating a separate CSS file and referring that CSS file into my working HTML document. Okay, for that what I have done, that the first step is creating the CSS file. What is the extension? File name dot CSS. Okay, I have created my CSS file. Okay, what is the next thing we have learned? How to link that particular CSS file with my current HTML document. For that, we have created a tag link. Link. After that, REL. What is this REL? This is about relationship. What kind of relationship you are adding with this HTML document? I am giving style sheet. This is my relationship. Href. Href is nothing but hypertext reference. What is the reference for this? Okay. In this reference, I am going to give the file name. What is the file name of this CSS? Okay, just I have given the file name. Okay, this is all about adding the CSS file and linking to the HTML file. Okay, the second thing, whatever the styles we have, we want to replicate in our HTML document. Okay, that's those styles we are added here. Okay, how to increase the font size, font family, color, how to add border. Okay, border in the specific position like top, bottom, right, left, and how to give the border color. Okay, these are all the things so far we discussed today. What is next? Text transform. What is this text transform? Whatever the content we have given, it will replicate it in the some specific transformation like uppercase, lowercase, and capitalize. Okay, we have underlined the text. How to underline the text? Text hyphen decoration colon underline. What it gives? It will give you the underline format. Okay, what else? How to give the background color to my table header. Okay, how to give my border to my table. Different border styles we have seen today. What is the last one? When I hover my row, okay, when I am hovering my data in my table, it will replicate it with a specific or a specified background color. So these are all the things so far we learned today. Guys, hope you understand whatever the things we discussed so far. Okay, here I will end my session.